You're listening to Do This First, a daily personal development podcast that focuses on science-backed, actionable steps towards your best year ever. Hi, I'm Santa, your host. Today, we're kicking off our Founder Series with timeless leadership lessons from George Washington. George Washington is widely recognized as one of the greatest leaders in American history. Born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia, Washington played a crucial role in the founding of the United States, and he served as the first president of the newly formed nation. His remarkable leadership skills, military prowess, and unwavering commitment to his ideals of liberty and democracy solidified his legacy as a true American hero. Washington's early life was marked by tragedy and adversity as he lost his father at a young age and faced financial hardships. Despite these challenges, he managed to receive a solid education and eventually became a successful land surveyor and landowner. His experience in the military began during the French and Indian War, where he distinguished himself as a brave and capable commander, earning the respect of his peers and superiors. Washington's leadership during the Revolutionary War was nothing short of extraordinary. As the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army, he faced daunting odds and taunting challenges, yet he maintained a steady hand and inspired his troops to persevere through difficult times. George Washington wasn't exactly a brilliant tactician. He was courageous and forthright and a great strategic leader, but he struggled as a tactician during the Revolutionary War. He often lost battles due to overly complicated plans and unrealistic timelines. One famous example is the crossing of the Delaware River and attack on Trenton, where bad weather and delays almost derailed the mission. Despite his tactical shortcomings, Washington's ability to see the big picture and play the long game ultimately helped him win the war. George Washington's temper also was kind of legendary and led to several unfortunate events like the Whiskey Rebellion. His decision to lead a military force against the rebellious farmers in western Pennsylvania was an overreach of federal power and set a dangerous precedent for future government intervention in domestic disputes. The belief was that Washington should have sought a peaceful resolution through negotiation and compromise rather than resorting to military force. These were civilians. Additionally, some critics questioned the motives behind Washington's actions, suggesting that he may have been maybe a tad bit influenced by his personal financial interests as a large landowner and whiskey distiller. Overall, criticism of Washington's handling of the Whiskey Rebellion highlights the tension between individual liberties and federal authority in early American history and the fact that George Washington could be a little hot-headed at times. One of George Washington's most legendary disagreements was with Alexander Hamilton over the establishment of a national bank. Hamilton believed that a national bank was necessary to stabilize the country's economy and manage its debt, while Washington was kind of wary of giving too much power to the federal government. The two men clashed over this issue for months, with Washington ultimately siding with Hamilton and signing the bill into law. Unlike Benjamin Franklin and later Abraham Lincoln, who both were self-made, George Washington was a Virginian aristocrat. He was criticized for not truly understanding the concerns of the working class, like the farmers. He was not seen as a man of the people, but he did later prove the naysayers wrong. Even so, there are 5 very relevant leadership lessons we can learn from America's first president. Number 1, empowerment. Washington opted for flexibility and adaptability on the battlefield, as well as fostering a sense of ownership and responsibility among his officers. He empowered his commanders to make decisions based on their own assessments of the situation. Washington was able to capitalize on their individual strengths and knowledge, ultimately leading to successful outcomes in many key battles of the Revolutionary War. This decentralized approach to leadership may have been unconventional at the time, but it ultimately proved effective in securing victory for our American forces against the British. Washington's willingness to trust his subordinates and allow them to take risks played a crucial role in shaping the outcome of the war and solidifying his legacy as a great leader in American history. Number 2, he was opportunistic. Washington's jaw-dropping escape at the Battle of Brooklyn was not just a stroke of luck, but a testament to his ability to identify and seize opportunities. There were, by most accounts, at least 5,500 soldiers collectively on the ground and 500 ships in the harbor. It was the largest battle in the Revolutionary War. Washington was able to evade capture by the British troops despite being vastly outnumbered and surrounded by taking advantage of the dense fog that rolled in during the night, which provided cover for Washington and the men to quietly slip away undetected. The fact that they were able to successfully retreat across the East River under such dire circumstances is nothing short of miraculous. Number 3, talent. George Washington had an uncanny ability to spot and harness raw talent. Despite not fitting the standard mold, Washington identified Henry Knox and Nathanael Greene as exceptional individuals with valuable skills. Washington understood that true potential can often be hidden and knew how to nurture and empower talented individuals for success. Diversification. George Washington was also a wise business leader. He shrewdly diversified his income sources through activities like farming, distilling whiskey, and running a mill. This not only protected his finances from industry volatility, but also maximized his profits. Diversification is important in today's economy as well, helping to safeguard against job loss and economic downturns. By having multiple sources of income, leaders can achieve financial stability and reach their goals faster. To apply Washington's strategy, consider diversifying through various income-generating activities. And then number 5, Washington wept. Yes, George Washington wept on November 16, 1776, when he watched his soldiers at Fort Washington being captured or killed by superior British forces. This was the lowest moment of his career. The moment inspired Thomas Paine's The American Crisis. He also wept publicly when he was not able to secure pay from the Continental Congress for the brave men that fought in the Revolutionary War. He raised a toast to the fine men that made freedom from England possible as the tears streamed down his face. Several months later, after serving as Commander-in-Chief, George Washington retired, and tears flowed again as he bid farewell to Congress, moving everyone there to tears as well. Research and experience affirms that showing emotion as a leader can actually be a powerful tool in inspiring and motivating others. Displaying emotion as a leader can help to humanize you in the eyes of your team members. It shows that you're not just a figure of authority, but a real person with feelings and vulnerabilities. This can create a sense of empathy and connection between you and your team, leading to increased trust and loyalty. Imagine that thousands of men were willing to die for freedom from England. The Royal Navy Army is among the very best in the world. The reason they thought it could be achieved was in part due to Washington's leadership. And they were right. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to leave a review. Follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Do This First. You can also read a full transcript of this podcast episode and all 131 podcast episodes and counting on my blog at dothisfirst.life. You can also sign up for my new weekly newsletter, which will help you get your week started on a positive note, and updates on coaching, books, merch, and my public speaking engagements will also be included. Tomorrow we'll continue with our Founder series with Thomas Jefferson. Till tomorrow. Moving past the